So working on WolfQuest, some weeks we're adding a new animal to the game, some weeks we're building new functionality for Slough Creek and the pups, some weeks we're adding fun little extra gameplay features. But this is not one of those weeks. This week, we're working on bugs. So welcome to the bugs board. In WolfQuest, when you submit a bug report, you fill in the information about the bug that you've seen and submit it, and it shows up here on our bugs board. And so I'll review each card that comes in and decide if I can figure out what bug they're talking about, and if it's something we know about and it's already on our list, or if it's not a bug at all, or if it's something we really need to address soon, and if so, who on our team needs to do it. So let's see what we've got here now with our public beta for version 104 out there. Let's see, squirrels. Summary, squirrels. Detail, squirrels? I guess they're asking if we should add squirrels to the game. Yellowstone doesn't have squirrels like a lot of people have in their backyards or their city neighborhoods. There are ground squirrels, which we've thought about adding, but they actually hibernate for like 8 months a year. And so the value added for the work required to create and program ground squirrels, it doesn't seem really worth it. So we're not doing that soon. This is from the last build. Not much detail there. A, D, and S controls in scent view, wolf POV. They're now messed up in the beta. So I mentioned this a couple weeks ago in the dev blog. It's also in the build notes, but not everybody reads those or watches the videos. This is the design change. The controls now move you sideways instead of turning. So this is somebody who just hasn't seen that stuff, and hopefully they'll just get used to it. Fighting in camera mode. The camera clips through the enemy wolf. That should be fixed now, but I suppose it could happen occasionally. Remove the knockback stumble. We've been thinking about this for a couple weeks after we increased the elk speed. When you're chasing an elk and bite and hold on, if you don't let go before they kick you off, you'll get that kind of knockback where you get stopped in place. And now that the elk are running faster, that is more intrusive and annoying, and we are working on a revision to that, which should show up in a beta in the next few days. I'll just leave that there for now. Potential mate stops functioning after accepting courtship trial. It's a little weird. Okay, we need to look closer at that. Don't like the new keys, the new A and D key to escape from wolves. Yeah, I hope you can get used to it. Control glitch. Yeah, because that's when your control makes you walk, and so you would slow down really fast. The growl emote glows. I guess they mean the icon when you have the emotes open. I don't know. More details are always better than fewer details in a bug report. Oh, a little thing in the terrain. I need to smooth that out. Wolf can go through the alley. Yeah, it's a tricky one. Narrow alley can cause problems with the camera. I'll see what I want to do about that. Hunting quest should have more options than just elk. A lone wolf is very unlikely to kill 2 elk without being killed itself. So, yeah, except that mule deer are very hard to kill, and they don't provide that much food. So that's why wolves don't kill that many mule deer. They eat elk. That's their primary food source, and so that's what the hunting quest is. It doesn't work. That's my little joke. So that's just the feedback. Now, actually, people who label something as a bug, when the eagle comes to land, it will hover. I haven't seen that, but that should look into that a little bit more. Elk lying down. It was lying on the ground. Then it got up. I think it was resting. Yeah, this is an artifact of the screen space shadows effect that we use. I've been tweaking it to solve some other problems. It still needs some more tweaking. That's on my list. No matter how hard I try, I can't get a neck grab on this mule deer fawn. Huh, that's interesting. I wonder if there's an error. So this includes, the bug reports include the log file, which tracks a lot of stuff that the game records, which we use to look often if there's a real bug, there's an error there. I'm not seeing an error. I am going to try to reproduce this myself and see if I can see what's going on. Very strange jittery walking. Well, if you walk over a carcass, yeah. Right, yes, it's a rough surface, so your body does react a little bit. There's some IK bugs with the carcass that we're going to get to at some point, but it's fairly low priority right now. Attack sound still plays. Oh, it keeps going for a few seconds. Haven't noticed that, but we'll keep that to look at. No target indicator above the doe mule deer. So it works, but the indicator isn't there. Okay, anybody guess why they're not getting an indicator above the mule deer? It's because they have their HUD turned off. We show that little alert up in the corner saying your HUD's turned off for a couple seconds. We could show it for longer, but that's annoying. We could show it for shorter because some people find it annoying to have it there at all, but then you really forget. So sometimes, hopefully that player just realized it after they sent the report. Not a bug. Mate has gone cuckoo. Oh, this is in the last version. Yep. There are some weird issues with the mate there. Those are fixed. Floppy runs free. That's just fixed in the last beta. Phantom dispersal wolves. Yeah, we've gotten a couple reports about this. And so I'm going to just add that to Tommy's list. So he's got a couple to help reproduce it. Can clip into grocery store. I don't see anything wrong here, do you? I think that's the alley. Right, okay, so we have one on that. Huh, that's all that came in since yesterday. That is not bad, not bad. So the rest of the board here, we have columns for each of us. Not for Miko, because he's working on multiplayer and he's got his whole own board for that. So the next step is to try to reproduce these bugs that I've moved into the various columns and see if we can figure out what's going on with them and how important it is to fix them and how soon. If you want to submit a good bug report, remember details, details, details. Here's a good one from our beta tester Loach. What are you seeing? What do you think you should be seeing or what should be happening? Instructions on how to reproduce it are extremely useful so we can reproduce it as efficiently as possible. And thank you to everybody who submits bugs from the current public beta and from the game in general. It's a huge help to us to have all these people playing and keeping an eye out and submitting stuff. As you see here, not every bug is actionable, but we still appreciate every single one we get. So thank you. But that's not the only thing going on this week. Here is a new animation of a pup sleeping.